It all started from a daddy with 2 daughters wondering where he could take them, where he could have a little fun with them, too.
Welcome to the Disney World is Awesome podcast. I'm TJ.
I'm Matt.
Landon here. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Hey, guess what? I did not even wear shoes over here tonight. I didn't even put shoes on.
Right.
What did you wear?
Just socks.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't even put my shoes on.
What?
Did you forget or just say?
No, I
I'm
just said
going
whatever.
for it?
Do you know why? Because I was so excited to come record this podcast with you guys.
And it's like 55 degrees out.
Did
It
you
has.
drive your car?
I did drive.
Okay.
I drove my car and I brought the Octocam.
Before you get excited about the camera, 3 dads, same neighborhood, not experts, like to talk about Disney World.
And that's us.
And that's it.
In a nutshell. So if we get something wrong today, we don't want to hear about it.
No.
Yeah.
No, we don't claim to do the expert stuff.
No.
We're just here for entertainment for ourselves. And if you want to be entertained too, that's why we're here.
Did you pull your stocking hat down below your eyes?
No.
Okay, because we're on YouTube now, and
Right.
We're on
your
YouTube.
look is very suspect.
I promised 2 episodes and I delivered.
Right away.
And we're going to go this is going to also go to the interweb or whatever the kids call it. And you can watch this show on the day we drop it.
Amazing.
If you want to see what we look like.
Landon,
See that we're real people.
You got quite a bit of love because people were like, I'm impressed you got it up before you said you would on YouTube. Even I was impressed.
It's all about that. I've lived that life path since grade school.
Set the low expectation.
Yeah, you underpromise.
Underpromise, over-deliver.
And you surprise yourselves most of the time.
I was shocked.
Hey, can I share something with you guys? So, my good friends Bjork and Lindsay are at Disney World today. Oh. They're there this week. They went to the Magic Kingdom today. They're staying at Art of Animation. First time Disney. They got a couple little girls. So today, I literally, in between work and getting to practice and all this other stuff, I was just, what's the right word? I wanted to say manhandling. I just watched. Bjork shared his location, and I watched.
You're tracking him around the park.
I tracked them around the park, and my wife was like, "Will you just let them be on vacation?" And I'm like, I think I'm helping them, and I would say something like, "All right, to your right, you're going to see this.
Oh no,
go do it." And they're like, "You were right."
Yeah,
and we did it, and it was great. So, a couple really quick, fun updates that I got from them, Matt, that you specifically will love.
Okay.
And I'm giving this to Lindsay. So Lindsay is Pinch of Yum. Some of you people will follow her on Instagram. She's a foodie. But she pulled what I want to call the in and out on Small World today. And what that was their 3-year-old, as they were loading the boat, said, "I have to pee." And so she walked with her daughter
across the boat
and out. And I said, "That's the perfect way to ride. Yeah. It's a Small World."
That's about the length of time it's worth it.
Now if you were watching them on their map, did you tell them to go a certain direction to the nearest potty?
The Tangled bathrooms.
Oh no, I didn't get that.
It would have been the Tangled.
Okay.
No, but they did all the fun. They hit up Fantasyland pretty hard and whatnot. They had a dining reservation at one of your favorite spots, and they said amazing things about it.
Liberty Tree Tavern?
Yes.
All right.
And I was laughing, and before I could send the text, they said, "It's like Thanksgiving
Yes.
dinner." And I said, "I know, that's why I hate it. That's why I give Matt crap."
Have you been there?
No. I said, no one wants to eat Thanksgiving dinner on a hot Florida day. But it was kind of rainy there today. They actually spent the whole time during the rainstorm circling the park on the train.
Oh, on the train.
I said, that's a pro move. Good job. So I wouldn't say they're experts yet, but tomorrow they head to Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
And
how old are the girls?
I want to say like 5 and 3. So they're young. They're going to hit up the safari.
They'll have a blast.
They're going to do Lion King, some of that. They have Tusker House and, is it Yak and Yeti?
Yeah. Yeah, Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, they got both those reservations ready to go. So, yeah. And it's fun because they were asking me questions about what's it called? Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Enchanted Tales with Bells, yeah.
I had to call Haley.
Oh my goodness.
They asked me a question because they said we have a lightning lane for that. Do we have to be there at a certain time? And I was like, crap, I don't know how that one works. So I quick called Haley. Of course, she answered, and she said, "No, you go. It's just like any other attraction.
Right.
You go in your hour and
right. But it starts. It's a show. It's like a show.
It's like a progressive show, is what she kind of explained. You go to this room. You go to this room.
You go to this room, and they give all the kids like get a role, which is pretty good. So like all the kids, and then some of the adults get a role, like where they have a job.
Yeah,
and then you're a part of it.
My friend Bjork sent me the video of his daughter meeting Belle, and at the very end, he flipped his camera on himself, and he was one of the guards.
Yep, that's what I was.
Oh, nice.
I was a guard. Absolutely, it's a solid job.
That's the most play that attraction has ever got on this show.
Hasn't been open for like years?
What's the guard equivalent to on Smuggler's Run? Is that kind of like gunner?
You're like an engineer. No, you're like an engineer. You're just standing there.
As a dad, what's the best job you
It's the only job. Like that's the only job. Like that's the only solid job you're going to get as like a dad. And you stand there holding the cutout of like the suit of armor in front of your face.
That's what he had.
Like the whole time. Like you're just standing there holding the suit of armor.
Smiling.
Right. It's just like
right.
Hey, you're just sitting here. And
what would be
my daughter, she was supposed to be like an old man, and she's like, no, I'm not doing it.
What in the world
I'm not going to be an old man.
What would be a weird request from a guy like you?
To have me do?
Yeah, if they said, can you be a guard? You said, well, actually, I was hoping to be.
It would be some sort of landmark that you'd have to like walk across. Like, I'd like to be the moat.
Yeah.
No.
I've really come into this. My heart's set on being the moat today.
Well, we hope they have a fun time.
Speaking of moats, no. I thought you were going to somehow to twist that.
I don't even know what a moat is.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
It's the thing.
No, it's the water. That's called a drawbridge. Oh my goodness.
Man.
Wow.
The moat is the water that goes all the way around the castle.
Oh.
So that whole bit, that whole joke wasn't working right.
I call that a pond.
No, that's why when you're like, I want to be the moat, I'm like, I don't know how you
Yeah.
what
a moat is.
So the moat is the water. The moat is the water.
Right.
And what are we talking? Drawbridge. Oh.
Drawbridge. You want to be a drawbridge.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
That would be awkward if we were there and Landon wanted to be the moat and I was the drawbridge. So then I'm just laying on top of Landon the whole bit.
We're on YouTube. Should we? Let's act it out.
let's play drawbridge.
Last week we opened the gift from Joby?
Yes.
Oh man,
just want to double down. We're still chowing down the popcorn.
This tastes like Fruity Pebbles cereal.
Yeah, the Celebration purple and white popcorn.
Pretty amazing.
It is. It's good stuff.
Did she send us this fruit by the foot too? Or where did
I think she did. Yes. Last week we kept calling Joby
a guy.
We thought, oh yeah, Joby's a guy for sure. Joby's a guy.
Landon did. Let's say Landon did.
But it does explain why Joby has the handwriting like my grandmother.
Right.
So that's at least
because Joby's a girl. Joby's a girl is what you're getting to.
That's what I'm getting
Someday
at. Now,
she may be a grandmother.
I apologize, Joby, for these guys.
She confirmed that she was all booked to get on the Star Cruiser, and she was working with Haley, as we had suspected. And Haley worked a little magic and got Joby switched to the very last Star Cruiser. So like she was a part of the final,
kind of like you and
the final voyage,
kind of like you and Splash Mountain.
Right. And one's iconic, and one's like a big fail,
an accident,
a big failure.
That's a great way to put it.
But anyway, it sounds like they had a great time. You guys,
Joby is a female. For years, I've thought, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I assumed. I kind of like her more.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Solid name. Love it.
I'm driving today.
What are we doing?
So if you don't mind, I'd love to just get going.
Yes.
We're late.
Yeah.
Hop in the car. Confession. So I wrote this episode out months and months and months ago. And I call it the Disney World Pre-Trip Jitters.
Okay.
In fact, Landon, as I look at you, I think this is right up your alley.
I was going to say this. I don't know if I want to record this one. It hits way too close to home for me.
This is Landon.
It's all It's all that I am.
Yeah, I don't know, Matt. We'll see if you relate, but I have a list of 8 pre-trip jitters that I tend to get. So I'm just going to walk through. I'm curious if any of you might relate to these, but you plan a trip out, and specifically, this isn't like 6 months before a trip. This isn't while you're on the plane. This is when you're like 1 week out from your trip.
Okay.
You start to get.
That's when it begins.
The jitters begin.
Oh, it hits hard. It hits hard.
The first jitter is this, and for me, this happens the night before. Do I have everything? I'm nervous. I'm going to forget something.
This is like the night before you leave.
I'm not worried. Yeah, I pack hours before I get on the plane, not days. So it's, do I have everything I need? I'm stressing out. Do I have my clothes? Do I have my sunscreen, ponchos? How many shoes should I bring?
Yeah.
Should I bring sandals? Stuff like that. I just kind of get the jitters around my packing strategy. You guys relate to that?
Yeah, this one makes sense. Except I've gotten past this one, and here's why. I just tell myself, and I get this way about it if I'm going to Florida, Phoenix, back home to Montana. I just have to remind myself, all these places have Targets. They all have Walmarts. They all have grocery stores. I could go with nothing, and I would be just fine.
You would be fine.
Yeah.
You know, my problem is I pack twice as many T-shirts as I need.
I'm an overpacker. I was gonna say I overpack everything. Like if I like when I go there, I probably use 1 pair of shoes. Right? I easily bring 2. I don't think I bring 3, but probably like 2 pairs of flip flops, like just to make sure, just in case something, and a million T-shirts. But I probably go through those because it's 100 degrees. So, but my jitter is more about like, all right, do we have the magic bands? Do we know this is when, okay, do we have this line? It's all about lining up those things. Like when do we have, okay, we have the reservations, that's where my jitter comes, not the packing.
Can I take this podcast PG for a second?
No.
Do you guys ever do this? Do you ever pack in your underwear? And you're reaching in the drawer and you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, poop your pants, Friday. Like, do you always grab like an extra pair?
Socks, not underwear.
Socks.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like, oh, my socks might get wet.
Yeah,
right.
Just in case you...
Gotta have extra.
I've never packed...
In case it run...
If I'm going for 5 days, I will always pack 7 pair of underwear. But why?
You gotta have fresh.
Just in case, you never know when they might add a day of the week.
That's right.
Right. Sudden rainstorm. You never know.
Yeah, Matt, you alluded to something that's not even on my list, but I think that's part of it. Do you have dining booked? Do you have stuff like that ready? Are you ready to book?
I double check. Like my reservation on the app, I'm going to double check my reservation and make sure and be like, it says we have 6 nights at Saratoga Springs. Yeah, no, it says we do.
Are the dates right? Actually, I lied. This is my number 2. Is everything booked? So as it pertains to the trip, this is where I messed up our flights within the past year. I had our flights booked, and I thought I had our seats chosen, but I didn't. So we were way in the back. We were together at least, but we were way in the back of the plane where it's just a little bit more bumpy. But yeah, park tickets, theme park reservations are going away January 9th. You don't need to make theme park reservations.
Sounds right.
Unless you're an annual pass holder. But so doing one final check.
What do you mean unless you're an annual pass holder?
Then you have to make a park reservation.
So I, as a annual pass holder, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I do. They want us, special crowd of...
That sounds like extra work.
Amazing human beings.
That sounds like a...
But it makes sense. Because like if I'm buying a ticket for a day, they know I'm coming that day. You as an annual pass holder, they don't know you're coming that day. So they need you to make a reservation so they have an estimate.
Sure.
Of
do
numbers,
they though?
right?
I mean, are they even
I don't.
estimated? Yeah.
I don't think. Maybe not.
Fit them all in. COVID's over.
I like park reservations.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, why?
I don't know why. Maybe it's because they know that they're not going to put 5 billion people in one park.
But they still are.
They still know.
But, well, they still do, right? Has it thinned the crowd?
No.
There you go.
All right, what's number 3?
You want more gatekeeping?
I'd love another step. If you want me
That's
to,
awful.
Well, I can't book fast passes anymore. I can't play the fast pass game.
But wouldn't we rather have that come back than park reservations?
Well, no, I don't know. I love Genie Plus.
Well, right.
Landon's like, hey, is there a form I could fill out before I enter the park?
Right.
Like after I scan in, I'd love to sit down for 10 minutes and fill out a form.
Fill out the form, and I'd have to mail it. Please don't give me the scan and email option.
What was the most nerve-wracking thing that they did when you had to enter the park during COVID? It was the temperature check.
Oh, that's right.
That's more nerve-wracking than bringing your bag through security and having it get checked.
So I bought one of those guns, temperature guns, when I went with a big group because that's when it was temperature time. And I walked around like a crazy person and shot everybody in the head, thinking which one of you is gonna ruin our day.
I remember me and my wife like walking up to it. And she's like, "Well, what if one of us?" I think the first time it was just the two of us. She's like, "Well, what if one of us has a fever?" I'm like, "The other person has a really fun day."
The other guy.
She's like,
the other guy.
She's like,
then the other guy.
She's like, "You're gonna go in there without me?" And I'm like,
yes.
I don't want to be around a sick person. Might as well go into the park.
Win-win. I get to distance myself from
there
the
you go.
sick.
I have to distance.
It's not 6. Yeah, it's one park distance.
That's it.
We need to be one park distance away.
One main street, one bus ride, one goofy bus ride away from each other.
All right, one final check, guys. We're days from going on a trip. Do I have everything I need? Is everything booked? My third one is this.
There's just 3. It's just a 3.
No, that's until we get there. I think he has more.
My third one is this. I have 8. I will buzz through these. I have 58, Landon. His eyes. Well, here, this one used to get me. I'm better now. But will our flight be okay? I used to get the jitters. And if I haven't flown for a while, I just get a little anxious about the flight. And I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah, we're going to stress people out talking about this.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because I have a hack.
Oh.
That has helped me.
Well, then turn up your radio dial.
This is my first hack. Is when you go search for a flight for us, it's Minneapolis to Orlando. There are how many flights per day?
20.
No, probably not.
But maybe a dozen, maybe 10.
Yeah, 5 to 10-ish.
Right.
Probably in that. So what I think about is this, is I'm at the airport and I'm like, is our flight going to be okay? I remind myself that 365 days a year, there are 5 to 10 flights a day going back and forth, and they're all fine. They're all
good, right?
So the math is on our side.
Right.
Number 2, you got to watch TikTok videos. Pilots explain it, man. It's like you're in Jell-O in the sky. Planes don't just fall. So you're good.
Okay.
Aerodynamics.
I'm gonna have to watch a video on the Jell-O thing. I like it.
Yeah, well,
I like it.
That's because turbulence can freak people out, but
right.
Really the amount that you're moving as a plane, like if you were riding in your car and you closed your eyes, don't do it while you're driving,
right?
And you feel all these bumps, that would be like a scary plane ride,
right?
So just kind of like the amount that your plane is moving is not a whole lot when you hit a little bit of turbulence, and turbulence can't take a plane down,
right?
It won't. Yeah. So there you go.
That's
right. You doing okay over there?
Yes. I've played all these mind games to fool myself.
Flying doesn't bother me that way. I love flying.
Yeah, you do love.
I enjoy trips.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, number 4, jitters. Where will our room be located in the resort?
Oh yes.
Wait, why does that stress people out?
This is legit. This is the legit one. I like it. This is the first one that I'm like, okay.
Okay, so my first 3 were trash.
Right. So
Well, explain it.
Welcome to the start of the show.
Right. Welcome
We'll just edit. We'll edit those first 3 out.
Welcome to the good stuff. So here we go. No.
Why do you relate to that?
Because I want to know where it is, and I want to know, like, I don't want it, like, let's say we're at Pop, right? I want it at a building that's like near the main hub, near the Skyliner. I don't want to be at the furthest building away.
But you didn't pay for it, so you're just crossing your fingers.
I don't want to be on the 4th floor. I like being on the 1st floor, so I don't have to track up like 4 flights of stairs. Or do they have elevators even? I don't know. We're always...
Where
at like Pop?
No.
It's stairs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They have elevators. They have elevators. What do you think? Yeah.
We're always on the 1st floor. So like we always get a 1st floor like end room. We've been blessed.
Who doesn't have elevators? The Caribbean. But it's only 2 levels.
It's only 2 levels, right?
But if you've got kids and suitcases.
Right. I mean, once you're up there, but at the end of the day,
the Caribbean.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I just want it. I want it, the location matters to me.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And in the morning, I love walking to get my coffee, right? It's like if I'm not located in, like when we were at Animal Kingdom Lodge, when we were at the far end, it was like the long walk to go get my coffee in the morning. It didn't ruin my coffee, but it mattered.
Yeah. Yep. So there you go. Where will we be located? So my tip here, do a little research on your resort, and you could call, even if you don't pay for the preferred rooms or whatever, you can make requests. Worst case, they say no. But if you want to be somewhere, you can just ask nicely.
Have you ever not gotten it? You know how on the app, like when you check in, like on your app, have you ever not gotten your request? Because I feel like I've always gotten my request.
Have you?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, on the app though, it only gives you like weird options.
Right.
Like,
well, and you can only choose, it's like close to the pool, close to the main building.
Right.
Or like first
level.
floor.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of decide, like, all right,
which one are you going to pick?
Which one matters most to us?
All right, number 5 on my list of pre-trip jitters. What if we get sick? What if somebody gets sick? Landon,
my number one.
You hit
my
this.
number one. Now the show has started.
now Landon's in.
TJ has so many horror stories about this.
They had this.
And he just
one.
keeps.
He had this.
Got one. No, 2. I have 2. Yeah.
Okay.
I have 7.
Finish
I
your
have
thought.
8.
Finish
I
your
have at
thought.
least 9. No, go ahead. Take that. That is the thought.
I mean,
It's
one
pretty
time you woke
self-explanatory.
up and one of your youngest you found was like almost in a pool of vomit.
Well,
The morning you were supposed to leave.
Yeah.
Or no, the morning you left. And then didn't.
And just, hey, before anyone gives me flack, because I've gotten flack, we had to make a judgment call.
No one's going to give you flack.
No, I've gotten flack.
Oh, you took a sick kid on the plane.
Yeah, don't take your kids. Well, go listen to Nerds Are
I wanna
Us
know who
Disney
talks like
World
that.
podcast. No,
We're not experts on parenting or Disney World.
we figured food poisoning. I mean, cut us some slack. Anyway,
Always just food poisoning. Oh, is it contagious? Food poisoning.
food poisoning for sure. Yeah.
And then the other one, you were there with your family, and like everyone was taking turns dropping like flies.
Yes.
No, that was that one.
Oh, same trip.
It's because we brought the
so
sick kid,
much.
of course.
The other one was the ear infection.
We had an ear infection.
You had the ear
Oh, yeah.
infection.
which was
Yeah.
great. There's a clinic. That's part of the thing is like, I don't think you need to get worked up over are you going to get sick or not, because of kind of what you said earlier. It is a little inconvenient, but you've got options when you're down there, like clinics nearby or.
Didn't you have like a doctor came to you guys?
Yeah. Doctor to me, randomly stumbled across that in it.
Love it.
They
That's
came
a
and
tip.
prescribed. Yeah.
Hard tip.
Here's the problem, and I feel for these people. Like, we go often. Good for us. You have this family who maybe saves up a couple years, and this is their one trip.
Don't you guys go on like lockdown before you go on vacation?
We used to. Year one, when we thought, well, this is going to be our trip. This
Right.
was before the podcast, before we went like 5 times afterwards.
right. Like you didn't go. You
We left
Oh, so
on
you
the,
thought it was gonna be like your big, like
yeah,
your one
this
and-
is it, guys. Kids are perfect day. I think we left on a Thursday. We didn't send our kids to school the whole week.
Oh my goodness.
We went on lockdown from like Sunday on.
Do you remember that?
No.
Oh yeah, I remember. It was like
So dumb.
the kids couldn't play with other kids.
Yeah,
nothing
nope,
like
nope, we're not
no,
playing.
we're going on vacation in a few days.
And that was before the
These were
pandemic.
COVID protocols before COVID.
Pre-COVID, we practiced.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, but TJ says don't worry about it. So.
Here's my point is this, though. You pointed out that trip where everybody got sick, which was a huge bummer. It turns out the trip was great. We all look back and we're like, what a great trip. You just kind of like forget about the bad stuff, you know? So like things happen.
Right. You rotate through.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
All right. I've got 3 more. This is kind of a big one. Will the crowds be bad? What are the crowds going to be like? And even like choosing out your days, which parks you're going to go to, overthinking which one's going to be busier. And
yeah, I get like buyer's remorse on that, where I'm like, oh,
we could have been at.
Look at the crowd levels at Epcot. Why are we not at Epcot today? We should have chose Epcot. But yes, I mean, I don't have this one, and here's why. It's going to be crowded. You know, it's like how I know I'm going to spend money when I go there. I know it's going to be crowded. So if I'm going to get worked up about it ahead of time, it could ruin my trip. I don't want it to. So I just accept that one ahead of time.
That's the hack.
And
your expectations.
And I buy Genie Plus.
Now you do.
Yes.
Number 7. This is also a big one for me because when you go to Central Florida,
the weather.
What if it rains? You look at your app, you're a week out, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to rain every day. Let's talk about the rain. Yeah. Does it stress you out?
Yeah, oh yeah. Here's what we know about Florida. It always rains, or the forecast always shows that it's going to rain.
Right.
There's always going to be a percentage. And sometimes it's like just a pass through.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, I feel like, have been hit. I've been fortunate not to be hit. Like, you guys have been through some monsoons.
Oh, yeah. We had like the all day. We've had the all dayer because we were at Epcot once and it rained like the whole day. But you just manage it. I don't know. It'd be a bummer. Like, I mean, we ended up getting on everything we needed to get on. If you were at Magic Kingdom and it rained the whole day, so you couldn't get on like Seven Dwarfs, Thunder Mountain, what else would you not be able to get on? Any of the outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
That would be the bummer. But
yeah,
you can't control it.
That's the thing. You can't control it.
But you can stress out about it.
You can stress out. It shouldn't work you up, but it's gonna. Summer and fall, we know that's like the rainier season. Here's the way I look at it. Let's say you go down for a week. You should expect you're going to see a lot of sun. You're going to see 4 or 5 days of a lot of sun on average. And expect 1 or 2 days where there's a little bit of wetness going on.
What would bother you more? The rain affecting your ability to go to the pool or to be on rides at a park? Like on a given day. You're there on Tuesday.
If you have an off day, if you have that pool day, like what are you doing instead? That's tough.
I'm buying a ticket and going to one of the parks.
That's the thing. I feel like it's easier to improvise at the parks when it rains.
Right.
Than if you just had a resort day.
You're going to sit in the room. We're going Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
All right. That is number 7.
I also thought of Disney Springs, and I hated the idea so much I didn't even say it to the microphone.
Hey, let's go walk in the rain and go in and out of stores that we don't want to be at.
Yeah. Ouch.
Hey, a bonus is when it rains, it pushes the crowd away a little bit. So that's a benefit.
That is a great point.
It's a benefit.
Let it rain.
My very last pre-trip jitter that I always get is this going to live up to the hype that I have built in my head? Is it going to be?
That's a good one too.
Is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be a great vacation? The greatness that I want it to be. Even this is all you think about.
This is a good list. Like you've hit some really good ones.
I'm not buying on this one.
Oh, I'm buying.
It's vacation. So again, Landon, who can't go on vacation more than 2 days. Right? Versus
which pause, that's you limit your chances of screwing stuff up when it's a short vacation.
Or if it's only 2 days, it's just ruined. Like if you're sick, it's done. If it's 7 and you're sick for 2 of them, you don't remember the 2 sick ones.
It's true.
Landon goes for 2 days. He's sick. It rains. The park is crowded.
Right. That's
and he forgot all of his T-shirts.
Right. 2 days is the Eeyore number.
But I have an ample amount of underwear packed.
Right. He's got plenty of undies.
So this one, this is never a concern for you.
I think I'm excited. Like, I'm Christmas morning guy. Like, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. And I'm just going to have fun. So I know you might find it hard to believe.
No, I like that attitude.
Good attitude.
If more people could be like you.
Yeah.
No, I think this one doesn't haunt me a ton, but I think that's a good tip that you give. Like, just treat it like you're just going on vacation. Chill out a little bit.
I will say this about it though. I do worry about like my wife having a good time, or like the rest of my family. Like, are you enjoying this? Are you, what do you want to go on? That kind of stuff. So I probably worry more for them.
Well, it's hard to know if they're having a good time when you're 30 feet ahead of them too. You got to kind of look.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah. What I was going to say though to this one is to people who worry, because again, they build this up, and they're like, is this going to be worth it? I think that even if you're dealt bad cards, you're going to still make great memories. So you just got to not be so uptight about doing it perfectly, which is like, it's kind of like one of the themes of this podcast. Like,
listen,
we're not going to over plan this thing or do it.
A bad day at Disney is better than a good day at work.
Unless
work at Disney.
Oh, T-shirt.
So there you go. That's my list.
All right.
Pre-trip.
Good list.
The jitters list.
I sadly related to most.
Would you add? Was there anything that popped in your head on that?
Good question.
What about this?
Hold on. Let me go to that space for a sec.
Like losing your rental car keys while you're there.
Boy, I've done a lot of the stressful things. No, I think
getting kicked out of the park.
I almost did that one too. No, I think that's good. Yeah, I fear food poisoning. I fear the weather.
I think I fear like a ride that I really like not being open.
Oh yeah.
Like what if that's shut down?
That was today. My friends, I got them to buy the Seven Dwarfs. It never opened.
Really? Because of the rain?
No. This was like, it only rained for like an hour today, but it was a full day shutdown. It never saw the
They got their money back, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. They didn't. Did they get on Pirates?
You know, with the little girls, I have told them to avoid Pirates.
What?
Girls, like little girls.
How old are they?
They can't
5
like Pirates?
and 3.
Come on.
They can, but like...
They would have loved it.
No. From what I heard, like... These are first timers. Let's ease them in. I sent them to Pooh. They did Pooh. They did Peter Pan.
Pooh is scarier than Pirates.
True.
Stop.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Absolutely the truth.
Listen.
Play the you play. Are we doing the jingle?
Yeah, we'll move in. Let's end this episode with the world famous 3 questions.
Let's have some fun.
Here goes.
I'd like to present the 3
Questions.
Before I forget it, can I ask my question?
Yeah, go.
Oh, sure.
Going off of our discussion just now, if you could make one gentle ride right now, like a ride that I sent some little girls on today, anywhere in the book, and just make it the scariest ride imaginable, which would it be and how would you do it?
An existing...
Like you're talking about messing up an existing ride.
Yeah, and just making it a thrill ride. What, TJ?
What?
You are drumming your microphone.
I'm going to
yes.
Oh. Living with the land.
Go on.
Lion charges when you get you go into the garden, into the
greenhouse.
The greenhouse.
Yeah.
You go into the greenhouse and all of a sudden the guy's like, "Everybody down!" Like lion comes charging out.
But you're safe still.
Sure, you're actually, but you don't know you are.
You don't know you are.
This is like a new part. All of a sudden,
Right,
it's
right.
it's like a live lion come flying
Yeah.
out, and there's that would be awesome. Can you imagine the screaming?
Oh, there'd be a lot of screaming. Speaking of screaming, mine would be Peter Pan's Flight, and it would be the exact same ride. But do you remember the old Universal rides where like Jaws, or there was like an earthquake one where like all of a sudden like your tram or something. There was a King Kong one where your tram. Mm-hmm. I want Peter Pan to be like this, and it's just simply the ride malfunctioning. So it has nothing to do with Peter Pan, but all of a sudden, as you're floating in your ship,
it just shakes.
Your ship like starts to like
crash.
But you're safe. What do you think about that one?
Weird.
Yeah.
Well,
weird for sure.
You got to be ready for it.
It's just the ride malfunctioning. I'd pick Figment. I wouldn't change a thing. I'd make him go on it 5 times in a row.
That's the best answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Are you going into a question there?
I'm gonna buy one from a listener. If you have one, let's.
No, I want to think of one on my own here. So,
Matt's rocking his Donald Duck shirt tonight.
Yep.
Well done. He came prepared for the cameras.
Yeah. When I heard the Octocam was going to be out, I thought I'm bringing out a shirt.
Octocam.
I wonder if the Octocam could get a sponsor.
Oh, that would be nice.
I wonder if the show could get a sponsor.
I wonder if the show. Well, you know who might sponsor the show?
Who?
MJ, the golfer. If he wins a couple more tournaments, I bet he'd be willing.
Hey, MJ.
Hey, big news, his DVC went through.
Oh,
so he wants to host us.
He's big time.
He just wants to throw points at us.
Yeah, he's like, hey, guys trip, when's it coming? Like, he's ready.
That would be.
And I'm like,
planning our trip.
I can barely plan getting together with you guys to record this podcast.
This was a last minute. One of our, actually Charlie, one of our listeners, pulled up alongside me as we were waiting to get our sons for basketball, and he goes, "Shouldn't you be recording a podcast or something?" And I'm like, oddly enough,
I should be.
Here we are.
We're about to do that. So, all right. I desperately just want to think of my own question.
I was really trying to buy you guys time there, and you still did not come up with a question.
No,
I'm kind of.
I want one of my own. I just want one of my own. So,
yeah, okay. I'll just throw one out here. Let's.
I know what I got.
And now they've both got one at the same time.
So Maddie Pooh is the name. Probably the real name too. What rides do you not like? Here you go, Landon.
Oh, this is a Landon question.
That everyone else loves, and he has one that is a real hot take, but his is Slinky Dog Dash.
Whoa! Did he say why?
Who hates Slinky Dog Dash?
Well, he didn't.
Oh, he says he hates it, but everyone else loves it.
Right. So that's the question. What rides do you not like? So he doesn't like Slinky, and everybody else loves it.
Here's the thing, like,
what is yours?
I always dog on Seven Dwarfs, but I like the ride. It's not worth the time or the money to me sometimes because of how short it is. You know, the weight. The weight is not worth the ride to me. But I like the actual ride. I think it's a great ride. Yeah, it's fun to me.
I guess mine is Soarin'. That's kind of my cop-out answer because everybody does love Soarin', and I am such a weenie with my feet dangling 40 feet above.
Isn't Astro Orbiter one of yours too?
Yeah, but does everybody love that?
No.
Oh, one that everybody loves. Okay, I forgot about that part of the question.
We don't have enough time.
We went to a Gopher basketball game last week.
Yeah,
and we were in the upper deck,
which is not high in that.
And
building.
I looked over at Matt because we were there.
I was laughing
with their boys. And I was like, Matt, I am getting queasy up here.
Was it in the barn?
Yeah.
It was in the barn.
Yeah.
There's like not even an upper deck in that place.
And about a quarter of the place was full.
Yeah.
We could have sat anywhere.
This is why Soarin' is my answer.
One of the greatest things ever, Landon. You'll enjoy this. 25 6th grade boys sitting watching the game, right? Up at the very top.
Yep.
And a season ticket holder is sitting right in front of them like, I'm going to just stay in this seat.
He held his spot.
Held his spot the whole game.
Rest of the section wide open.
Right. Rest of like the whole place wide open.
It's like a parking spot. It's my parking spot.
All right. Did you have your answer?
Yeah, I would say Space Mountain probably. That's my ride that I could go without every time, I think, and most people seem to love that ride.
Yeah, that's a
for
good
some
answer.
sure. I'd also love to throw teacups in there. People love teacups for some stupid reason.
You don't like a lot of rides, though.
While I'm on the topic, I'd also like to throw in Smuggler's Run. I think a lot of people think that's a great ride. No, it makes me sick.
You don't like Smuggler's Run?
No, it's not. And if Star Tours is on your favorite list too, I'd like to take it.
You don't like
off.
Star Tours either?
No.
You're
that
no
makes
fun
me
to be
sick.
around.
Wow.
Hey,
I was thinking Mission Space.
Well,
that was
no
going to
one
be my
likes-
answer.
No, no
have
one
you
likes
ever
that.
have you ever been a pilot?
No. That might
I feel
help.
like you need to.
Yeah, because I like to just drive cars in general.
Right.
I'm struggle being a passenger.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that back until I drive.
Thank you.
I'm going Mission Space.
Mission Space.
No one
That's-
likes Mission Space.
Some people like it.
Well,
I can't think of one that I mean, mine is Small World then.
Okay.
fair.
That's a lot of people like Small World. I'm not a
Good
big
answer.
fan of it.
Fair.
Good
So,
answer.
That's mine. Here's
I
my
challenge you to try the In and Out next time, though. just because
to
you did
stick it to them.
here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the first one of my family to get in, and then I'm just going to step out, and they're all going to be on there, and I'll be like, I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to Pecos Bill.
Love it.
That's it. I'm going to go grab a bite. Anybody need a pretzel? I'm going. I'm going. My wife would kill me. Here's mine. So you have the train around Magic Kingdom. What other park would you love to see some type of transportation that goes around the outside of the park, where you
Good
could just kind of
question.
have an enjoyable ride, whether it's a train, whether it's a Skyliner, whether it's a monorail, whatever it is, but it goes around the whole outer edge of the park.
It's a good question.
Good question.
You were good. You were making
Good.
some weird noises in the mic tonight. These
got
poor listeners.
Oh, he's got a pen in
He's
his mouth.
drumming. Wait.
Pick the park,
Go
pick
back.
the transportation.
I missed our jingle there. Go back to it. Good,
Good
question.
question.
Good
Good
question.
Good question.
awful.
It's getting late.
Well, I'm gonna pick-
Well, Epcot.
I'm doing Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epcot's the easy one. Well, one, conveniency. Is that, how you, is that a word?
Just convenient.
It's just convenient.
Yep.
Or convenience. But,
Convenience.
But you added a Y. So you
Convenience.
said conveniency.
Listen, I've
Conveniency.
taken a lot of heat lately for the words I choose. English is not my first language, actually. Well, it is.
It is.
It is actually. Absolutely it is.
And it's not a bit. My wife would tell you that I speak wrongly all
Poorly.
the time.
Poorly.
All the time.
Well, turns out it's the only reason your sister listens to this podcast.
Who is a librarian and an English major, I think. Shh, quiet.
Epcot. What are you doing?
Well,
Train, monorail, Skyliner.
No, I want it to be quicker. Because if I need to get from Canada to Mexico, I need it to be like...
So it's straight transportation for you to get from one side to
He
the
wants
other.
test track around the whole park.
So you want Skyliner from the entrance straight across to the back.
So the one thing about Epcot that makes lightning lanes kind of tricky is you have to be more strategic.
Yep.
Where Magic Kingdom maybe, but like Hollywood, it's easy to get like, okay, we're going to zigzag
Smaller.
a little bit. Magic Kingdom zigzag a little bit. Animal Kingdom, but you're not even whatever. But Epcot, if you're in Germany, if you're in Italy, and you got a test track in 5 minutes,
You gotta-
you're doing a lot of walking. And then you got Remy's. After that, it's just like, give us some options.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'll take Epcot as well. And I'm trying to pick which country I want to represent. Maybe Italy with the guy standing behind the
gondolas?
like the canoe thing.
Is it? It's not a gondola. So you want?
It is not a gondola.
So you want like a lazy river? You want like a lazy
Yeah.
river around the outside?
For sure. It's a romantic,
Yeah,
slow cruise.
He's missing his lightning lane
Right,
hour window.
He does already though. He comes in late. He comes in late on those
They'll
already.
let you in.
No, I'm sure they'll let you
They'll
go.
let you in.
I'm sure they'll let you go.
For sure.
Cast member told me no, but I think I might do Animal Kingdom. And I think I'm going to want like an elevated monorail that goes around it. Nice and easy. I'm air conditioned. But I want to see the animals. I can kind of catch them from the outside. as part of it, and then the other part, I don't know what I would see. Mount Everest.
Trees, for sure.
That's it. The backside of Everest. Look, the backside of water as I'm going through. That would be mine.
That's the episode.
That's it.
Okay, Matt wins the prize for best question.
That was a good question.
We should start handing out best question because mine was weird. Yours was lazy. He came up with a good one. It was good. It was practical. It wasn't, it was hypothetical.
Nice job, Matt.
Question of the night. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys, I don't know where my head was at, but when I made this jitters list months ago, at the end of the list, it says this in all caps.
Oh, no.
Now go have the vacation of a lifetime.
You're such a cheeseball.
Yep.
I can't even.
Now go have the vacation of a lifetime and enjoy it.
If we go there together, do we have to travel there together?
You typed those words.
I actually did.
Can we just meet there?
With an exclamation mark.
No. With it, just one?
All caps,
Oh,
one
my
exclamation. Two exclamation marks.
That's awful. That's awful.
Take us out, Matt.
Well, this has been the Disney World is Awesome podcast. We thank you so much for listening, and we cannot wait to have you back next week.